With fuel prices steadily headed for the stratosphere, even the most hard-nosed taxi companies recognize that fossil fuels are not the way of the future. One of Singapore's newer taxi operators, Smart Taxis, has a fleet that runs on both compressed natural gas and petrol. The company says CNG is cheap and fairly abundant. It emits 90% less carbon monoxide into the ozone layer. Despite its prospects, CNG still has its fair share of problems. A tax of 16 cents per kilogram of CNG kicked in early this year, sending taxi drivers into a tailspin. Many drivers lament how CNG prices have gone up over the years. The price of 1 kilogram of CNG has risen from $1.12 to $1.54 this year. With the added 16 cents tax, drivers now have to pay $1.70. Comparing 1 litre of CNG with 1 litre of petrol, drivers now have to pay $1.36 per litre of CNG compared to $1.43 per litre of petrol. To make matters worse, taxi driver David Chong tells us how CNG fueling stations are few and far between.
In year 2007, only Jurong Island, there's only gas station in Singapore. Then year 2008, mainland got 2, and now maximum to 4 CNG stations in Singapore.
For other taxi drivers, CNG cars not only spell inconvenience but also less engine power. Lanya Singh, a taxi driver who started driving a CNG taxi 3 years ago, explains his preference.
At this moment, I prefer petrol. Petrol first thing, more powerful. Second thing, you any station you go and pump. But this one you have to all the way come here. Switch to other place to pump again, so wasting time.
Mr. Lan says that the average waiting time for refueling can be about 15 minutes. Coupled with the travelling time to CNG stations, the time taken is enough to earn $8 to $12. To help address the various problems that CNG taxis in Singapore are facing, Nanyang Technological University of Singapore and Technical University of Munich in Germany have partnered to design and build the world's first electric taxi. Here at the Research Techno Plaza, over 90 scientists and engineers are involved in this 5-year-long project. Started in April 2011, this project is part of TUM CREATE. Engineer Halim Witono tells us why they decided to focus on taxis.
The number of taxis in Singapore is only contributed to about 3% of the total vehicles in Singapore. However, the total mileage it consumes, or the total fuel consumption can take out up to 14% of every single vehicles in Singapore. We also consider like different type of vehicles, a small family car or a bigger electric bus, and we realized that electric taxi can contribute to the most impact in terms of energy saving and well-to-wheel energy consumptions.
The project's co-principal investigator Dennis Yu elaborates on the challenges of developing new battery materials.
We want to have some materials that are environmental friendly. So the typical material you see in batteries and laptops right now uses cobalt as one of the elements. And cobalt is actually relatively toxic in big battery applications. For example, vehicle applications, we want the cell to last for a much longer period of time. If we can succeed in it, then we can actually save a lot of energy, save a lot of material, because you use the same cell for many, many years.
Apart from conserving energy, the taxi has a new design with added cabin space and a quieter engine, says TUM CREATE corporate CEO Dr. Ulrich Stimming. This could help alleviate noise pollution of vehicles.
One aspect of environment is noise. I mean, this is one of the biggest problems in the cities today, is that there's so much noise actually from car traffic or trucks also. What you will have is actually much cleaner cities. And that's the big advantage actually of this. And overall, you will save actually also energy by driving on electricity that has been produced by means of natural gas or biomass or solar energy or wind energy.
But will the electric taxi charge on in Singapore? Dr. Stimming says it will, provided the people and government support it.
You still would have a problem that I would guess that the prices are higher than for regular taxis. But that's something we need to discuss actually maybe in a few years with the government, how they view this and how excited they are about the results.
The final product will be a taxi built and tested by the TUM CREATE team, and a demonstrator vehicle will be released in 2014.